You're watching Progressive Retail with Cory Mosley.
Welcome to another edition of Progressive Retail, exclusively on the CBT Automotive Network. I'm your host, Cory Mosley, and yes, we've got another great show lined up for you today. Can you sell cars doing social media? Can you sell cars making a big brand splash? Well, I've got the guy that's doing it, and he's selling cars like candy bars, as he like to say. My guest today is Rudy T., affectionately known to the social media world as El Patronn. He's the operating partner at Brooklyn Mitsubishi, one of the fastest growing Mitsubishi stores in the country. He's killing it and crushing it online, and we're talking to him right now. El Patronn is on here. The only guy I would introduce by his stage name, so to speak, that I would have on the show, man. Thank you for taking the time and joining us today.
Absolutely, my pleasure, Cory.
You're the operating partner at Brooklyn Mitsubishi. It's one of the fastest growing Mitsubishi dealerships in the country. You know, what made you take this direction where you're just pounding on them in a good way, but what made you take this direction with your brand and the brand of the dealership?
Well, basically a year ago, I got here. I've been with the group for about 6 years. My 6th year was just celebrated. And, you know, I looked at the market and I said, there's no GM or partner doing, you know, I was a GM at the time, doing something like that. And I said, I'm going to disrupt the market and I'm going to do it with a bang, you know, my style, El Patronn style. So I fired my agency, my ad agency, and
wow,
I love I love marketing. It's my passion. And I said, I could do it better. And I'm going to show you how.
So, you know, when we think about this strategy, right, I would describe the strategy, it's a very in-your-face strategy, but it connects you, right, to human beings, right, versus the mascots or some of these other things. It's really designed to do that. And, you know, let's be honest, you've got a brand that is not as respected as the Toyotas of the world and the Hondas, and a brand is fast-growing. It really has come back from where it once was, but you're kind of an underdog in the marketplace, no?
I always have been, and I always like to take stores that are a little bit like losing, you know, like under down, and make it into a winner, turn into a winner. That's been my success, and it's been very profitable for me, and, you know, I love it.
All right, I mean, you listen, I think you're a testament to having great people. Now, I've known you for a few years. I've known you at a couple different organizations that you worked at, and one of the things I think, if I have it right, because we can't follow everybody all the time, right? We all got other things going on. But I do see that effect of much of your team over the past few years are with you today, yes?
Yes.
Okay. And I mean, obviously you'd agree that's part of what creates the strength.
Yes.
So
we decided to go out and we said, listen, we're going to build this character, which is me, right? El Patronn, the boss, whatnot. And I'm going to change the culture. So everybody, you know, I understand social media, right?
Right.
And, you know, the engagement and everything. Some people's like, why do you post that? But then I show them why I did it. You know what I mean? Because I actually understand the algorithm and everything like that. And that's what I'm trying to teach all my guys.
We all know what you and your wife have for breakfast every weekend when you do your family breakfast, right?
A lot has to do with Brooklyn, though, believe it or not, because all those things are attached to the store. Right. So that identity, you know, my children and everything, I just decided I'm going to go public. And, you know, I'd say, honey, some stuff might come out, but she's like, listen, as long as there's no kids out there, I'm cool with that.
Right.
So we just went out and it worked, man. It actually paid off and huge.
How are you determining ROI with so much marketing getting pumped out?
Well, basically, we look at the budget for what it is, right? Right now, social media is giving us the most ROI, okay? Right. As far as traffic to the site. And, you know, people don't understand the way social media works nowadays because they look at it as, you know, 86% of people are on their phones.
Right.
You understand? So I have the little recipe that I target a specific time, specific, you know, where it's customers going to be more engaged. And I get a lot of traffic from that as well.
Do you think this is a you thing? What do you say to dealers that are like, you know, I'm really not on Facebook too much. I don't know if that's what we want to do. What do you say to them?
Because people don't really understand, right? Customer service. People want to buy from people, right? So if that persona is out there, if you say who you are when they get here, it's what it is. But because the way you understand social media, that doesn't mean that the rest of the world is going to understand it, right? You got the millennials, You got all these people that they want to be talked on social media.
Right.
They don't want you to email them. They don't want you to text them.
Right.
They want to communicate on instant messenger. So, because of our mentality, we want to get them on an email. They don't have time to email. They want to text you through their DM on Instagram. So I get 10, 12, 20 DMs a day because of so much content I put out there. And I message them back the same way. And you'd be surprised the response I get on an Instagram versus a phone call, because they're on their phone.
I mean, you're truly debunking the myth, right? Can you sell cars on social media? Can you, that's even a question now, right? It's kind of silly, but people are still having that conversation in the dealer community.
Social media is not going anywhere. Just like the internet back in the 80s,
right.
Okay? It's here to stay. So either you get with the program, or you're going to have little guys like me eat your lunch. Bottom line.
I often quote this military general. He's retired. It's an anonymous military general, but he said, "People who hate change will hate irrelevance a lot more." And that's what I think about when you say that. That's what. See, I gave you one right there. I'm sure you'll meme that. I'll see that as a meme later today. Well, listen, man. I know you need to get back to selling cars, but or selling cars like candy bars, as you like to say. If anybody wanted to get, I know you're not giving away your secret sauce, but give us your social media. I gotta be, and I sent you a message probably a couple months ago where I was sitting in a meeting with a dealer, and they're like, "Do you know this guy? What's this guy doing over there?" So you're coming up in these conversations with other dealers all over the place. If somebody wanted to connect with you, how do they do it?
Basically, the best way to connect with me is Facebook.
Okay.
Facebook is my main one. I mean, I have a lot of content on Instagram. But listen, I am gonna give away my little secrets.
Okay.
I'm putting the biggest conference in New York, in Long Island, at the first week of December. I'm gonna have all the details on social media. I'm only gonna advertise on social media.
Okay.
To show people how is this gonna be packed based on social media, to show them that it works. And I will have all my vendors there that I use my little recipe.
Makes sense.
So they can have the best 2019 they can have, because this is the best 2018 in 20 years. I mean, the best year we ever had in 20 years here since we've been in Brooklyn.
Awesome. Well, listen, I'm going to be looking forward to that. I know my invitation's in the mail. Maybe we'll see if we can cover it and get you some coverage down there as well.
We'd love for you to be part of it, man.
All right, man.
There's some big names coming in there, so absolutely.
Awesome. Listen, thank you for taking the time. As always, I'm glad to call you a friend, not just a guest. You're a friend of the show and a friend to me personally, so I'm out there pulling for you, all right?
Likewise. Thank you, Cory.
Okay, man. Thank you.
All right. Rock out, guys.
Well, that's our show today. If you want to find out how we're helping dealers become more progressive and profitable, visit us online at mosleyautomotive.com. This has been another edition of Progressive Retail, exclusively on the CBT Automotive Network. I'm Cory Mosley, and I'll see you next week.
Thanks for watching Progressive Retail with Cory Mosley. This has been a JBF Business Media production.